Hey YouTube, uh, I wanted to come to you guys today, make a video just kind of talking about some reasons why I could never live in Las Vegas. For context, I just got back from Vegas, let's see, Saturday? So I guess 4 days ago, I got back from Las Vegas and I was there for 4 days for Supply Side West, which is a conference for essentially the supplement industry and connecting buyers and sellers of these different products, manufacturers, etc. Uh, and it was so I think the top three reasons why I could not live in Vegas would be one, it's extremely a car dependent city. There's like one tram, but it only goes from casino to casino on the strip, and it's like $13 for a 1 day pass, like a 20. I think it's a 24 hour pass, and even then, that's only on the strip. So if you want to go somewhere off the strip, I don't think the tram will be of much help, and the buses are okay, but just really time consuming. Everything's really spread out because uh, people have really big houses in Las Vegas, and so it's just traffic's bad. Some people say, oh, it's not as bad as LA, but I saw pretty bad backups just walking around in Las Vegas. And this was like even 5 miles away from the strip, so not in a touristy area. Next would be the vices. Personally, I think it would be hard living in Las Vegas to avoid developing either some kind of food addiction because there's so many buffets. Two, some kind of gambling addiction. That's the obvious one because there's so many casinos. There's casinos in gas stations. There's casinos as soon as you get off the plane at the Las Vegas airport. There are slot machines in the terminal and in the lobby. You stop at a gas station, there'll be a section in most gas stations, most convenience stores to allow people to gamble. And that kind of, it's constantly in your face. It would be very hard to live in Las Vegas and avoid having gambling right in your face, testing you constantly. You might say, "Well, I'm not addicted now," but looking at that kind of thing every day for 5 or 10 years, I think it would really eventually become curious. I think that's just for me. I mean, that could just be my personality and my way of doing things. But finally, there's not really much uniform culture in Las Vegas because it's such a transient place. If I'm not mistaken, most of it's been built since the 1980s, and so most of it's new and people from other places. And I know that's true of a lot of the United States, but in Las Vegas, it seems especially true. And yes, your money goes far relative to most of the Western United States, but I got this underlying sense of loneliness like throughout the city. Like I don't know how exactly to explain it, but except for like one or two small pockets where people had pretty similar backgrounds could connect that way. Like it seemed like it would be hard to develop a sort of friend circle if you're not from there, or if you haven't been there for a long time, and there's specific things to relate to somebody else on. And in fact, some things you might relate to other people in a negative way, like some of the vices I just mentioned. You might feel drawn in and encouraged, which I noticed somewhat, especially late night. People encouraging other people to push their limits with alcohol, or even one attendant in one of the casinos, I thought I'd lost my keys, and he was helping me and made a joke about how people lose things constantly in casinos. He's like, they lose all their money, and then they walk away and not thinking, and they lose something else too. It just really grated on my nerves to see the constant, like, it's like you could not walk 10 feet without somebody having their hand out for money. And some people say it's a problem here in the Bay Area with the homeless population, but Vegas takes it to a whole new level. I mean, it's every single business that you encounter, especially near the strip, is food, gaming, or entertainment, and it's all expensive. There's this misperception that, oh, you go to Vegas and you're gonna get a free buffet or free drinks or this and that. You're paying for everything. So if you get offered free drinks, it's likely that you're losing money in the machines, more than the drinks would cost you. I don't really drink much at all, maybe a few drinks a year, and so it's not something that I have personal experience with. But it's the house always wins. It sounds cliche, um, but it's true. Any benefit or reward, especially these days, that you're getting from the casinos, especially during good economic times. If the economy was bad, it would make more sense that they would have more loss leaders trying to draw in customers. But now that the economy is doing well, a lot of people are making a lot of money. They can charge a premium. I'm going to talk about in another video how I went to the Bacchanal Buffet, which is what's supposed to be one of the premier buffets in Las Vegas. It was like $40, which is the most I've ever spent on a buffet, actually. This was for the brunch. I think prior to that I'd spent maybe $30, but on a buffet, maybe I think, I guess if you count it, like there's several all-you-can-eat sushi places I've been to that were really, really good value for $30. I'm talking like I ate loads of food, but anyway, in this case, I don't feel like the Bacchanal was worth it, and it kind of painted a picture representing more of Las Vegas than just that experience where I felt like, I'm like, man, this is really expensive and I can't figure out why. And I've traveled to almost all the United States, particularly, and the ones I haven't, most of the states I have not traveled to, are, what's the word? I've read, first off, I've read about them, and I can't understand the appeal. There's so many states that some people might even think are boring, where I could point out something like, some people might say the Dakotas are boring. I haven't been up there, but I'll point out, they have the Badlands up there. You can see some really unique landscapes up there, whereas I feel like out west, there's a lot of, like, personally, if you want to go to Las Vegas, or you want the Las Vegas type experience, check out Reno. Reno is actually, like, in my opinion, underrated. You have the gaming if you're into that. You have the drinking if you're into that. There are buffets, great buffets, and all-you-can-eat restaurants all around Reno. It's near, if you're around the time of Burning Man, then you can go to that too and experience that sort of semi-urban desert, kind of lifestyle vibe that people like. Reno is colder. Reno does get some snow, but definitely if you're wanting to look into that type of experience, you've never had that type of experience before, I personally think you have a more fun time in Reno. Of course, there's not as much nightlife on the scale as in Las Vegas, so that may be what you're after. If that's the case, it's worth seeing once for most people. Personally, after seeing it twice, I'm going to stick to just, if there's a business conference I need to go to there, I'll return, but I don't feel like there's anything that I'm missing from that experience. I would like to do some of the hiking and things like that in the areas outside of the city of Las Vegas, but I feel like I got the gist of the Strip experience, and I'm pretty over that. Anyway, my name's Alex Conley. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, definitely hit the like button. Definitely subscribe. I'm going to be continuing to make more videos and releasing them on a regular basis.